The FIFA World Cup returns to North America in 2026, marking the first time the United States has hosted the global game in 32 years. A deep run here could cement soccer's place in the American mainstream for a generation, but disappointment would likely stall that momentum on home soil. To maximize television rights and ticket revenue, FIFA has discarded the traditional 32-team format that defined the tournament for decades. They have expanded the field to 48 nations, adding 16 extra teams to the schedule. This new structure organizes 48 teams into 12 distinct groups, spread across 3 countries. The sheer scale of the bracket is more similar to the sprawling layout of an American college basketball tournament than a traditional World Cup. Narrowing down this field requires an extra knockout stage, the round of 32. In this system, 32 teams advance past the opening stage, meaning 75% of the teams in any given group move on to the playoffs. Advancing no longer requires a winning record. A team can struggle, lose multiple matches, and finish third in their group while still sliding into the playoffs because of the lifeline offered to the top-ranked third-place finishers. The high-stakes tension that usually defines the group stage has been diluted, replaced by a 6-week single-elimination sprint where survival is favored over early dominance. As the tournament structure shifts towards this new volume, the focus has fallen on how the U.S. men's national team is building a roster to handle it. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino has taken over the program with a ruthless mandate to finalize his 26-man squad. He opted to cut rising talents like Diego Luna and Tanner Tessmann, while handing a roster spot to Club America winger Alejandro Zendejas. Pochettino is also betting on Gio Reyna, despite Reyna playing fewer than 600 club minutes this entire season. That decision brings back the baggage of the 2022 World Cup, where a public fallout between Reyna's parents and former coach Greg Berhalter resulted in allegations of blackmail and a prolonged scandal. By prioritizing raw talent over consistent playing time, Pochettino has constructed a roster where high-ceiling potential is balanced against a lack of rhythm and significant internal history. The composition of the squad is only the first step. The greater risk involves the physical and structural demands of the system they are being asked to run. Pochettino has implemented a fluid 3-4-2-1 formation designed to aggressively unbalance opponents. It moves away from traditional defensive blocks, requiring constant positional rotations to keep the attack dynamic. In this system, Sergiño Dest functions almost entirely as a winger. He pushes high into the offensive third to provide width, forcing the rest of the defense to cover massive amounts of space behind him. Christian Pulisic is also moving away from the flank to operate centrally. He picks up the ball in zone 18, the pocket just outside the penalty box, to turn and trigger the attack from the middle of the pitch. Making these complex movements look effortless requires extreme physical conditioning. The players must maintain an intense press for 90 minutes while their tactical roles shift based on the ball's position. While this structure can overwhelm mid-tier teams, it creates significant defensive gaps. A single missed assignment against a top European side would leave the American backline completely exposed to a counterattack. Outside of tactics and rosters, the flow of these games will be influenced by the heavy implementation of semi-automated offside technology. The offside rule was originally a 19th century law created to stop lazy goal hanging, preventing attackers from simply parking themselves next to the net to wait for the ball. Modern technology replaces that spirit with 3-dimensional grid lines. Goals are now routinely disallowed because a player's toe or shoulder was caught a single millimeter offside during a frame-by-frame review. These reviews can take minutes to resolve, killing the momentum of a fast-paced attacking system and forcing on-field officials to manage the resulting frustration from the players. The U.S. men's national team is facing an expanded 48-team bracket, a locker room with significant history, and a high-risk tactical system that must function under the scrutiny of robotic officiating. Pochettino is betting entirely on raw talent and aggressive movement. Hit the comments and tell me, is this the roadmap to a deep knockout run, or will the USMNT struggle under the weight of the expansion?